Pinball's Prickles Part 4, the final. The pink elf went over to one of the cabbage trees and took off a big stalk of cabbage branch. He went to a steep track that went down the hill and through the pink, blue and white terraces. "Here it is," he said. "You follow what I do." Pink Elf sat on the big cabbage tree leaf, pushed himself over the edge and went sliding down the hill. "Whee!" he cried. "Much fun, much fun." "You are next," said the blue elf, pointing to Katelyn. "Here, I will help you." He reached up and got a big cabbage tree leaf for Katelyn, who sat on it and went sliding down the hill very fast, turning corners, jumping over bumps. "So this is so much fun," she said, "so much fun." Close behind her came Sophie, Pinball and the other elves. "I think it's fun too. I would like a cabbage tree slide at home. I'm going to ask Daddy when I get back if he will make one," said Sophie as she turned corner after corner after corner. When they got to the bottom of the terraces, they found themselves in a cornfield, through which was a walking track that went all the way to the castle. "Watch this," said Pink Elf. "We have more fun here on the way to the castle." With that he picked up some small rocks and a bundle of sticks. He put the sticks on the ground and banged the rocks together, and a spark lit a small fire on the sticks, which then spread into the cornfield. "Come on," he said. As they ran down the path, the corn cobs all heated up and started popping. "Popcorn," said the girls. "Yay, we love popcorn." So through they ran the cornfields, eating all the popcorn they could as they went. Soon they came to the castle, and there, standing at the door, waiting for them, was Marigold the fairy. The girls had never seen a fairy before, but they were sure that Marigold was the prettiest one of all. She had lovely long soft hair and wore a beautiful long flowing dress that had gold interwoven through it. There was a gold silk headband on her head, and her tiny, tiny wings glistened in the sunshine. "Come into my castle," said Marigold, as she fluttered her tiny wings and flew through the door, followed by the adventurous three and the terrace elves. "Come in and sit down and tell me all about your adventure. I do know why you are here, and I'm sure I can fix it all up and make it better again." So they all went inside, sat down on big red velvet chairs, drank dandelion tea and ate carrot cake with pink icing and hundreds and thousands sprinkled on top. Yum! After they had had their dandelion tea and carrot cake with pink icing and hundreds and thousands on top, Marigold said to them, "Let's go to the edge of the lake and sort this all out." They then went outside, and waiting for them was a flying kiwi bird, a flying takahi bird, and a flying pink pig. "That's weird," thought the girls, but they climbed onto the flying kiwi. The elves climbed onto the flying takahi, and Pinball climbed onto the flying pink pig. "Follow me," said Marigold, and she spread her tiny wings and flew ahead of them. The girls followed, holding tightly onto the flying kiwi. The elves were close behind, riding on the back of the flying takahi, and Pinball on the back of the flying pink pig. The flying pink pig loved flying so much that whenever he did, he whistled happy tunes. Off they sent, flying up the pink, blue and white terraces, down the hill on the other side, until they got to the edge of the lake. "Here we must wait a little," said Marigold. "I have heard that Hooknose will be coming back soon, because the west wind is starting to blow." "What shall we do," said Katelyn, "once she gets here?" "Well," said Marigold, "I have had a talk to my friends, and we have a plan that will banish Hooknose the wicked witch forever, and will turn all the wrongs that she has done into rights again." They didn't have to wait very long. The wind started to blow, and it got stronger and stronger, and soon they could hear Hooknose screaming as she came through the air on her broomstick. "Yabba, yabba, yabba, doodly-dee, doodly-doo. Here I come, I'm after you, flying in on my broomstick. You better all hide lickety-split." There she is, said the girls, and looking high in the sky they could see Hooknose flying very fast towards them, getting closer and closer and closer. Here she comes! When suddenly, out of the clouds, Tuma, the lightning rod, threw a bolt of lightning, and his lightning struck the back of Hooknose's broomstick, which burnt it all up, and made Hooknose fly through the air towards the lake. She's falling! She's falling! A puka, the giant fish, then rose out of the lake, and with a flick of his gigantic tail, he hit Hooknose as hard as he could, sending her screaming over the highest mountains, across the widest seas, to a land far, far away. Marigold took out her wand from under her cloak and pointed it in the direction that Hooknose had gone. Be gone forever, be gone for good. You will never come back to this neighbourhood. I cast the spell to make you go. Your face back here will never show. The things you made bad will now be good, and things will be back as the way they should. Look, said Pinball, my prickles are coming back, and they are standing up the way that they are supposed to be. I'm a proper hedgehog again. And I can use my real name again, the name of Spike. Then they heard lots of cries of joy coming from the other side of the lake. They looked over, and Tommy the Bench was a boy again, and he was already fishing in the lake. Peter Plank was a mud puddle again, and he was riding high on the hot jets of steam in the mud pools. Yippee! My favourite thing, he was calling out. All the turtles had turned back into rocks again, and they could hear Hard Rock playing his guitar and Candy Rot singing and dancing. Even the frogs were singing in chorus, with King Frog giving a big croak every now and again. Your job is done, said Marigold to the girls. You have done a wonderful thing to come and get me and to fix all the wrong that the wicked witch Hooknose had done. But you better get back to home now. Yes, we better, said Katelyn. Mummy and Daddy will be wondering where we are. Thank you so much, Marigold, for helping us. And they all joined hands with the elves. Pink Pig whistled a happy tune, and they all danced round in circles, singing and clapping. Climb back on my back, said the flying kiwi. So Katelyn, Sophie and Pinball climbed on the back of the flying kiwi, and after saying goodbye to everybody, they flew home, taking Pinball to his house on the way. When Mummy and Daddy saw Katelyn and Sophie flying into the backyard, they got a fright and ran behind the barbecue. It's okay, Mummy. It's okay, Daddy. Kiwi Bird is our friend. So they came out from behind the barbecue, and they all had a big hug, went inside the house to hear what the adventures were of Katelyn and Sophie. Kiwi Bird then flew back to the fairy castle, and Mummy and Daddy, Katelyn and Sophie had a big mug of hot chocolate, and they all went to bed. Good night.